Hi.
Hey, y'all, man. What's going on?
What's up with you,
What's going on
mister?
with everybody out there? How's everybody doing out there, man, in the truth seeker world, man? I hope well. I hope everything's well, baby girl. We on and rolling, right?
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
Right on, right on.
Hmm.
So, it's Wednesday night, man. Told you guys that we'd be on here. Wanted to come by and hang out with you folks for a little bit tonight. Share a few things, a few thoughts, and a few ideas, and a few opinions and shit like that with you guys, and some news and some other shit. But we hope everything's well for you guys out there. And thanks for all you guys' comments and support. And you like hearing the uncut truth about conditions of confinement and the underbelly of corruption in CDCR and their dirt dog ways that CDCR does to us and has done to us. Well, hit that like button, man, and share my shit. Get people to subscribe. Get more people, man. Let's get this thing rolling. I like to tell you guys how your money's being spent. I don't do the boogeyman stories and the fucking all that weird cock gobbler story shit. I'm not with all that. But I do like putting out the truth on the corruption and how the taxpayer dollars are being wasted. Ain't that right, baby girl?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So, shit, man. I wanted to tell you, I was talking to a friend of mine the other day, man. We were talking about these law changes and how it seems to me that, these changes are kind of being hindered now because of some of these fucking programs in CDCR are being cut because of the fucking budget. Like they used to have 12 different milestone courses or stuff people can get time knocked off their sentence, right? And now there's only 6 or 5. And it's because of the budget. But not one officer lost his money. Not one officer got a pay cut. Not one cop, not one staff member got a pay cut. Not one. I mean, God damn, that's fucking crap, ain't it?
That ain't right. That's crap. For sure. No way.
Yeah, right. 90,000 a year, 120,000 a year, 150,000 a year. And then what about all the retirees, the retired COs that get 90% of their pay? So you gotta work no more and you get.
We were just talking about that this morning.
Yeah. If a CO retires at 30 years or 27 years, he gets like 90% of his pay. So if he was making $100,000 a year base salary, now he gets $90,000 a year doing nothing but sitting on his ass at home.
Wow.
That's where all the money's going.
Wow.
That's where all the money's going, baby girl.
Well, it's a big chunk of it for sure. I mean, swimming pools and movie stars and.
Yeah, fuck, man. I mean, all that money right there—that's a lot of money. How many people retired and are still alive, getting big paychecks?
Mostly just CEOs and corporate headers. Not, I mean, everybody gets a little pension if they work for the government, I guess, but it seems that's where the big pensions are.
Yeah, 90% though. And then I think if you work 25 years, you get 75 or 80% of your pay, your monthly wage. I mean, God damn.
I fell into the wrong field, man. I worked in restaurants my whole life. You know what kind of a support system that is?
Nothing, probably.
Yeah, I hope you save something. Yep.
Right. I can just imagine, man.
So we got some folks in the chat want to say hello. I don't want you to get too deep in anything before we say hi to everybody. We got Sonny and Allison and Paul G.
This call and your telephone
Outlaw.
number will be monitored and recorded.
Who?
Chris.
Paul G, you said?
Chris Brown from my other group. Yes.
All right, now, Chris. All right, Chris, Paul G, Sonny, Allison. Wishing our best to you guys, man, always. And thanks for your time and support. And joining the conversation at night, you know. I wanted to touch on a few things, but before I go into all of it, I want to touch on something that's real light here. This way we can let more people get on. You know, some people take a few minutes getting on our chat here, I guess. So, you guys know, I was watching this court TV today, and this prosecutor for the Alec Baldwin case, she keeps popping up on here, talking about the judge got it wrong for dismissing his case with prejudice. Well, she got caught cheating, is what she did. And she got caught withholding exculpatory evidence, which means evidence in favor of the defendant that could possibly prove his innocence. So what she did was she withheld a piece of vital exculpatory evidence. His attorneys knew it. And in the middle of the trial, bam, blew it up. Blew that issue up in front of the judge. And the judge had nothing else she could do but grant that motion to dismiss with prejudice, meaning they can never refile the case. Well, the prosecutor continues. She fucking continues to want to go after this guy. And, like, push this envelope with this guy, and it just, she got caught, man, and this is the type of shit that is wrong with the system. So, if you remember a couple videos back, baby girl, we were talking about the Sacramento DAs and the Sacramento public pretenders, I guess, decided to unite and go on strike for more money, more pay, bigger wages.
Right, I remember reading that.
I was watching another thing on another legal channel that I watch sometimes, and they were talking about this one public defender and another, I think it was Louisiana or Alabama. One attorney had a caseload of 60 cases on her own. One public defender. So you're talking about 60 people were in jail or whatever various charges they had, and one person had to deal with 60 of these cases, while the prosecutors, they might have the same, but they're unlimited resources. They have unlimited resources at their disposal. They have investigators, they have detectives, they have
paralegals,
they have specialists, they have so there's attorneys, but they have all types of people that are on the payroll, right?
And a limitless budget.
A public defender don't get all that. You know, they don't have all their resources. Therefore, they're behind the eight ball, so to speak, and that's why the system is flooded with prisoners, because we weren't given a fair shake. You know, from the get-go. You know, I mean, when I get it, people are going to say, "Oh, stop crying, do your time." Well, you know what? You're not going to say that when it's your child caught at the wrong place, wrong time, and then he or she wants a fair shake. You know, and if you ain't got a bunch of money to get you $150,000, $200,000 attorney, well, you might want to check into this situation, because you know, it's definitely fucked up, man. But this prosecutor on the Alec Baldwin case, she just won't stop. So she filed another motion today or yesterday. Please, Your Honor, she tells the judge to reconsider her stance against, you know, what she, to reconsider the motion, the dismissal. and she just will not stop. And, you know, what she's trying to do is make a name for herself off of him, I think. That's my opinion. You know, and they always want to put someone in prison for the death of someone else. I mean, sometimes things are just accidental. I mean, a true-hearted accident, right? And, you know, it doesn't mean this person's at fault or, you know, that person's at fault. You know, that guy, Alec Baldwin, did not mean to kill that woman whatsoever. And I don't care what any of them say. That was an accident, man. You know? And then the lady, the chick that was given immunity to testify against him and against the other girl that got convicted was the one that got the gun after the shooting, took out the rest of the blanks and took out the shell that was fired and threw it all away, and she got rid of all the evidence, but yet she gets immunity.
Now,
and she's the one hiding evidence.
See, that makes no sense at all, because by all means, she looks like the guilty party. So why isn't she put on the stand?
Yeah. No, she was put on the stand. Why isn't she charged?
Well, that's what I mean by put on the stand. Why wasn't she the one that was trying to defend herself?
Right. Well, she agreed to testify against the art girl, who she said was at fault because she kept a real unprofessional area. Well, this chick was the one. This was her boss at that, and then she's the one that got rid of all the evidence. But she gets immunity. She testifies against the little girl, the 20-year-old Armor and Baldwin. It just fucking blows my mind how this prosecutor just won't shut up and go away. You know, they just want a conviction. They don't give a fuck about the person's life that they're destroying.
Wasn't there another guy?
Telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
Wasn't there another guy that had like 3 or 4 trials? They kept mistrialing, and they finally got a conviction.
Yeah. You're right. They got 3 bites at the apple with this guy, and on the 4th trial, they got a conviction. You know, he got 3 hung juries, and on the 4th trial, they got a conviction. And they get 4 bites at the apple.
That's crazy.
And that's the fucking foul part of the law. They say we have the best justice system in the world. I think not. You only have the best justice system in the world if you were born with a silver spoon in your mouth. Right? You know, if your mom and dad can go, or your wife or whoever got a couple $100 million in the bank, you know, and you got a fair shake attorney, you got a hell of an attorney, you know, then we might have the best justice system, but we don't know. We don't. I just wanted to talk to you guys about that real quick, man. So, as you guys know, my buddy Ronnie, he said to tell you guys he's doing good. He's healing up a little bit.
You have 60 seconds remaining.
He's still really sore, man. You know, broken jaw and shit, broken spine, broken back, blown out eardrum. It's going to take some time to heal. I got to call back.
Really appreciate y'all showing up for us. Hi, Ken. I'll let him know you popped in. He'll hurry up, phone. I am not the front man, I'm sure. How y'all doing tonight? I hope y'all doing real good. You look like you're ready to put on some armor. I always turn down Globalina because she's so loud.
Link.
Okay. All right, I'm back, baby girl.
I was lost for words.
Before I go into this, before I go into that, do we have any questions you guys Yeah, about what I was talking about with the prosecutors and DA.
Well,
are there any questions on their video?
Not really, not yet.
Okay.
Ken says hey, and
Ken, all right, Ken, I said mine.
Allison's asking if Ronnie's getting his nutrients to heal, because we know what the crap of food is.
Yes, he's getting a soft diet now. I don't know for how long they're giving the soft diet. It's better food. It's better quality food, and but he'll probably only get that for a month, and then they'll take it from him. That's how they do it. I don't know what type of other supplements he's getting, but he is doing better. His attorneys came up on Friday. They got to see his face while it's swollen. They got all they needed from him, and they are highly, highly upset. Everybody is. Even myself, my wife, everybody else. And I don't, we don't want no violence done. We're this is just my First Amendment right, and I exercise my First Amendment right to let you guys know what's going on. That's it, man. I don't condone no violence. I don't want no problems. My buddies don't want no problems. We'll take care of it in the courts. That's where the real fight's at nowadays. It's in the courts.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what CDCR don't like.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the big wigs downtown Sacramento headquarters for CDCR don't like.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the managers don't like. But that's what we like. That's our new battleground right there is the courts and social media.
Mm-hmm.
Let you guys know. Let you guys know the uncut truth. Uncut, man. So, excessive use of force is something that's gone on for decades in CDCR, right? And when a man is in cuffs, he is now no threat whatsoever to staff or anyone else unless he comes out in cuffs. In this case, it's going to be very easy to prove excessive use of force is because he was restrained, therefore eliminating any bullshit threat they're going to try to spin up. And they will. They'll try to spin it up just like they did on Ronnie Price, because it's the cover-up part of the whole situation. And a lot of times excessive use of force under the 8th Amendment violation and 14th Amendment violation is the result, the injury. What's the injury? What was the actions that led to the injury? What threat did the prisoner pose to the staff or whoever? And obviously he posed no threat because he was in cuffs. There was no attack, no nothing. And this is what happened. He ends up with all this done to his face, his jaw, and his back, and his eardrum is blown out. So it's not going to be a hard case to win at all. They're in trouble. They are in trouble. And I'm going to tell y'all something that's pretty sickening. It's pretty fucking sickening, man. I won't say who. Never. I'll keep the names off here. But somebody told my wife had a conversation with somebody, and they tried to tell my wife that it wasn't excessive and it was basically called for because Ronnie jerked his arm away from the guy, digging his fingernails into my brother's flesh. So, I guess they wanted him just to let his arm get dug into. And, so this person that told my wife that is trying to minimize and downplay their role in the situation, right? But that is this quote for the green side of this equation. Mm-hmm. And they will always try to do that. They will always cover it up, And but on this case here, it's not going to be hard to prove excessive use of force. Mm-hmm. And this guy that did that, yes, he's a newbie. He's a fucking fish. And he was I believe he was sent in here to make a name for himself. Mm-hmm. And I believe he knew who he was escorting. And I believe that was done by design because of Ronnie's pending lawsuit he filed 5 days before. That's what I believe. You know? And, you know, so to say that it was all above table and that's how it's supposed to happen, motherfucker, man, you're not supposed to break someone's face and damn near kill them for dropping a sweatshirt off at the door. You know? That's not supposed to be like that.
No.
It's not supposed to be that way. No. Right, baby girl?
Well, I can imagine, you know, that even, especially a fish who wasn't, like, aware of where he was at or who he was dealing with, would not have been so aggressive. It just seems unnatural. Even, I mean, come on. I've been watching. I'm watching the fish cops come in.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
From a telephone perspective, and you're always telling me how scared and silly and you know, it's like you almost feel sorry for him because, like, dude, what are you even doing here? And that's a lot of the fish cops. You know.
Yeah, well, you know, they come over from the JCAT line, the S&Y yards, the EOP yards, and they deal with them guys in a certain manner. That's a little bit more aggressive. It's a little bit more forceful. It's a little bit different.
Okay, honey, but how many dudes? How many dudes did he dip over there? Seriously.
Right. That's what we don't know. We don't know that, and you can only imagine if he did this to my friend, he has done this to other people, or he will. You know, and my inside source said that very same thing, baby girl. My inside source goes, since Ronnie Price died, how many other people between Ronnie Price and Ronnie Andell got done like that?
Mm-hmm.
But they don't have this outlet that I have to you guys and my wife to expose the truth. You know, so it's a fucked up thing, man. And again, other I guess there's other outlets here on YouTube that have reported this issue, but they haven't reported that he was in cuffs. They keep trying to hide that fact right there that he was in restraints when he got slammed on his face against the concrete ground with all the cops' force and might and body weight. And then somebody got on here and tried to say, like, Ronnie was fucking 10 feet tall and 900 pounds, and some little cop was able to do that. And anybody knows Ronnie. He's not that big of a guy. He's 5'8" and 170 pounds, if that, soaking wet. You know? And the bottom line, though, to lift somebody in cuffs is not hard. I'm a big dude. I'm 6'2", 222, and it wouldn't be hard to do that, not while I'm in cuffs, because your balance, you know, your balance is centered on your feet, and when your feet are gone, you ain't got nothing. Your face is going into the ground or the back of your head, one or the other. You know? And I've seen big guys get dipped while they were in cuffs, and I've seen small guys get dipped while they're in cuffs. But the issue here is not on their faces, you know? That's a different issue, man. That's a different issue. So, but yeah, Ronnie's doing well, man. He's healing up, thank God, man. And we're, you know, making preparations for the courts and, you know, getting all the legal stuff done. You know how it goes, man. We got to exhaust administrative remedies before ever taking anything to the courts or to be kicked out. They'll deny it immediately. So, I don't know. Other than that, everything's upbeat here, man. We're trying to get over this and move forward and just fight it in the courts, man. The cops are still a little leery. They're still scared. Hey, whatever. They did it, not us. We didn't do shit. And for this guy to try to tell my wife that he wasn't excessive or it was within their policy, where is it within their policy to attempt to kill a man? That's not in their policy. And to say the guy getting a tip to kill him, I beg to differ. Look at the outcome of his face. Over what? Dropping a sweatshirt at someone's door that he's done for weeks now? I mean, for months? I mean, really? Now, I can see if he came out of his cuffs and he did something stupid to the cop, then he might have that coming. But in cuffs, no aggression, no hostility to nobody? No. That's not acceptable. That's not acceptable, man. So, but anyways, he said to send you guys his best, man, and everything's good. We're just hanging out waiting to see what the feds do next, man. We got any questions before I move on?
Well,
baby girl, you guys want to get in on this? You guys got any comments before I move on to the next little thing here?
Alice.
What?
No.
What you snickerdoodling?
You.
What you laughing at me for, fool?
Oh.
Yeah, fucking. So, all right. Well, we'll go on.
Well, yo, there is a comment here, but every time I go to speak, you cut me off.
All right. Go ahead.
Allison says, let a jury see the pictures of Ronnie's face. Explain to a jury how one gets a busted eardrum while in cuffs.
Right. Hell yeah, Allison. That's exactly what I say. And then show the video, because I heard the video so violent that his face bounced off the concrete twice. That's how hard he hit the first time. It bounced up and then back down. And, I mean, yeah, let's let a jury see that, right? But, you know, these cops got basic immunity from killing a man, you know? You know, they don't get charged for killing us. Look at Ronnie Price. They got charged for falsifying the report. Not the murder, but the report falsifying.
But now his family's going after them, at least.
Right. At least his family's on it, right?
Yep.
And then they told his family, they let his family believe that he was an inmate that did him dirty, not the cop.
Yeah.
All them years, they thought another inmate did that, and it was a cop. Fuck. Ain't that dirty?
Fucked up.
Ain't that dirty, y'all? That's dirty,
Baxter
y'all.
just thinks it's terrible. You think it's terrible? Is it terrible? Baxter.
You hear that big old dog? That big old dog wants him a snack.
Get over here. You're
Hey,
interrupting.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
That's the big old fat boy right there. I call him my fat boy, man, because he gets more snacks and he eats better than I do. So, you know, we'll see how this goes. I know the lawsuit ain't going to be hard because that's pretty open and shut. Yeah, that's right, buddy. Here's the dog.
What do you want?
You have 60 seconds remaining.
All right, let me call back, baby girl.
Okay. What do you want? Oh, I know what you want. You gotta wait. Well, at least let me get that on the phone, okay? Just hold on a minute. Oh my goodness. Stop. I'm sorry, guys. He's very upset. I don't know what's going on. Alrighty.
All right, baby girl. I'm back.
You're back?
Hey, baby girl, you remember about a week ago, I think it was, or 2 weeks ago, when they were talking about taking our lunches 3 days a week and not giving us no lunches.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I guess that little fucking thing got shut down because there was too much blowback, too much backlash. So that's supposed to be off the table.
Well, honey,
but, I mean,
when peanut butter and bread is the best thing going, you'll fight for that, huh?
You're damn right I will, goddammit. Fuck. Yeah, they said it's off the table, but, you know, I don't believe it until I see it, man. I don't believe shit until I see it.
Well, they haven't tried that stunt again, right? So.
No. So, I mean, they haven't. So I will say that they haven't.
Well,
you know,
once again, they're trimming fat supposedly off of bones, because you guys are just bare bones, and meanwhile, you know, they're not trimming no fat off themselves. Not what did you say? 90%, 92% pension for the rest of your fucking life.
Yeah.
Does any other?
I think so. So what they said was it goes by how long they got. So if it's 25, they get 75%, I guess. And then if it's 27, they get 80%. If it's 30 years, they get 90%. And that's the max they can get. That's what I've learned in the past 5-6 years since I've been in prison. The last 5 or 6 years.
I wonder what the mortality rate is after the job, and is there a widow's pension?
Shit, I'm sure there is, man. They got all sorts of things, you know. You know, they got like a fucking 2-week sick leave that they can cash in at the end of the year. Then they get a 2-week vacation that they can cash in at the end of the year. You know, they don't have to take it, and they just get paid. I mean, fuck, man, that's like wow type of money.
And didn't you say a good percentage of them are spending a good percent of their time just playing on their phones? Candy crushing,
playing on their cell phone. Wow. Probably watching child pornography. I don't know. You know, they've got all types of weird shit going on with these people, man.
Well,
they really do. You know, we were listening to a thing the other day, and we were hearing that back in the days, CDCR cop, you know, it was called CDC back then. They never got fired. They would never be put under investigation. You know, they could flat out fucking get a DUI, go home, smack their wife around, beat up an inmate and stuff, and the warden would back them all, right? No accountability, no honor, no integrity whatsoever. And, you know, how is that cool, man? How is that above board? How is that lawful? How is that a lawful act to have DUIs and not get, you know, prison time, or not get fired, or not get suspended without pay, or, you know, you can bust a motherfucker's face open while he's in cuffs and beat him senseless. I've seen a guy get beat senseless, baby girl. I've seen a man's back get broken. I've seen this man become brain dead. And every one of them cops that did that still work for CDCR. Nothing happened. Now, you know, it just blows my fucking mind that that's acceptable to society, to the public, to the lawmakers, to anybody that is allowed to happen on American soil.
Well, that's why they have the green wall, so they can get away with it. Okay, honestly, anybody who behaves like that or finds that behavior acceptable shouldn't be in a position of controlling others.
Of power.
No way. You know, I mean, you can't control your rage, or you're just completely out of control, and you're just gonna have your little baby fit anger issue and beat a man senseless,
right?
And be able to act as if you didn't just commit a heinous crime because of your job title,
right?
I that's reprehensible.
And then I hear people say, somebody said, oh, it's just an inmate, Shane, and who gives a fuck? Fucking inmate, right? Yeah, until you become one.
Or your kid's one.
Or your kid becomes one, or your daughter becomes one, or your son becomes one, or your brother becomes one, or your mom becomes one, or your dad becomes one. I mean, really? You know, yeah, I'm a motherfucking convict. Yeah, I got it.
But 9 times out of 10, they wouldn't even feel it unless it was happening to themselves direct.
I know, man. I know. That's the sad part. That is the part that is.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
That's the disgusting part right there. You know, to not uphold the law, you know, that you vow, because I guess when they graduate their academy, they take an oath, right? To uphold the law. Mm-hmm. And to break a man's back and cuss and beat him down. The little black guy I seen get out here and get beat up while he was chained up and shackled. I mean, they beat that man senseless. And then they get up, high five, and chest bump each other like they did something.
Yeah, I think.
To me, that was more.
Wait a minute.
Yeah,
they chest bumped? They chest bumped.
Yeah, they chest bumped each other. Yes.
As if they did something amazing. Oh, my God.
Gave each other the high five. They gave each other the high five like they did something. This guy was 130 pounds, soaking wet, little old black guy, about 65. And you had 3 monster, fat fucking COs. One fucking CO must have weighed about 600 pounds. And he's about 6'4", doing knee splashes on this dude's spinal column.
Oh my God.
For like 10 minutes. And I just heard bone crunching.
What, he was bouncing up and down on the dude's back?
Yes. So you're standing up and you jump up in the air and you land on your knees in his spine.
Right.
Over and over and over.
Wow.
And then your big buff buddy is stomping on his face and head, kicking him all up in his brain and shit, basically.
Oh, my God.
Unconsciously. And nothing was done.
Was he handcuffed?
He got a promotion. Yep. He was belly chained. He was belly chained around the waist.
Right.
And the one fat fuck got a promotion to sergeant. Can you believe that? Huh. And yet, I'm in prison.
Yeah, no, it doesn't make any sense. And so
they ultimately are
pushing that violent agenda more than the prisoners. I think if there was a way to cope, there'd be a lot less, running little scams and stuff. If there was a better way to cope to get your needs met,
right.
It wouldn't be so vicious.
I agree, baby girl. You know, when I hear that type of shit that, back in the days, you can get DUIs and violate the law and beat an inmate down.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
And you can smash your wife, you can smash this, and the warden's got your back, man. You got no accountability. There is no law for you. You're just above the law. And you're a straight piece of shit. That's what I call you.
Damn.
And I'll tell you to your fucking face, you're a piece of shit if you think that's okay. To smack your wife in the face or to beat a man in cuffs or hurt an inmate in cuffs and no accountability, if you think that's all right, then you got a problem. Because everybody should be held to some type of accountability, right?
Right.
I
Absolutely.
mean, and they're supposed to be the example, right? They're supposed to be the example.
Right.
I didn't take the oath to uphold the law. They did.
Right. No, they should be the example, not the excuse. And for some reason, it's not that way. So, where do they sit in any position of judgment and make these decisions to take a person's freedom away?
Right. Exactly.
It seems pretty
So
immoral.
we got any questions, baby girl?
Yeah. Let's see. Ken says, I seen a video of something like that. He was already in the restraint chair, or he was going to be put in one, and they beat the old man's ass.
Yeah. Hey, Ken, I've seen that, man. I've seen it many times, man. I could tell you some stories that would just blow your mind, bro. I'll tell you this, when I was shot with the Mini 14 for that big old riot, they knew what was going down because the prison had been getting off for 2 years prior. They knew it. They set us up. And there was extra gunners on top of the roofs of every building. Extra gunners with the Mini 14s. So, you know, they knew it was going down. They set it up. You know, that's their setups right there. And it's still going down today. It's just not so much racial setups. It's prisoner on prisoner setups, you know, over shit that they falsify and the CDCR falsified and, you know, shit like that nowadays, you know.
You like how they're trying to, like how they're trying to minimize what they did to Ronnie. Just tell any story that applies to their doing the right thing.
Right. Exactly, baby. Exactly. Yeah, it's you know, yeah. God damn. I definitely got to write a book, y'all. Because I could blow your fucking mind, man. And it's not lies. I mean, it's all true shit, man. Because I don't need a lie to kick it. And whoever does, they're not a friend of mine. They're not going to hang out with me, you know. That's a fact, Jack. I got a real problem with it, you know. And it's just, if the public gets involved more and gets aware, Allison, you do excellent work, sister, and I thank you for everything you do. Ken, everybody, man, I thank you guys for your support and time. And, you know, we just need more of the world. This world needs more people like you guys and people who care, you know. People who care. They see me for a human, not for what CDCR says I am. Mm-hmm. Because if you do that, and if CDCR tells you who I am, you know, and you just, like, you label me as what they label me as, and you don't even know me. You know, you don't even know what I'm about. You don't know my morals, my integrity, you know, my honor, nothing like that, you know. And to me, I'm cool. Just don't hurt a woman. Don't hurt a kid. Don't snitch on me. We're cool, man. We can kick it. And I ain't doing nothing for a motherfucker to snitch on me in the first place, because all we're doing is lying about it. Shit. You know? It's fucking insane, man. But it is prison life, and prison life can be insane sometimes. And sometimes it don't make no sense. The thing about CDCR is they never make sense. So, you know, and they're reactionary. That's it. They're reactive, not proactive. They don't do shit right. You know, it's all done by design of money. Everything they done or do is geared and driven by monetary relief, monetary gain, and shit like that. That's it. That is it. Ain't that right, baby girl?
Yeah, all they care about is
60
money.
seconds remaining.
They treat
That's right.
90% of the inmates like cattle or farmed hogs or something, you know, factory farm style. Back. It's getting worse and worse. Yep. It really is. Oh, I'll be sure to ask him that, Ken, when he gets back on here, but I mean, he told me that Sac's just all around the world.
Link.
Hi.
Okay, I'm back. Hey, baby girl.
So Ken is asking, are they feeding GP the same shit they feed AdSag?
Yes. But on the main line here, the GPs, I'm told that they get better food than we get. Now, I haven't seen it, but I'm just told that by the guys that come off the main line, you know. So, until I can tell you for a fact, I don't know. I just know what the word is. And this new diet that's geared towards the soybean, it's 90% of what we get, really. Like today, this morning, we got ground up soybean. It's supposed to look like ground beef with some type of greasy gravy that looked like a milky white substance, gelatin.
Yeah.
And that was breakfast. And then dinner was primarily the same thing, but over the top of some rice that's all mixed in it with chunks of onion. So, and pretty much every day or two, we get nothing but soybean-based shit, man. Now, the main line, I heard they get a little different things out there. I don't know, though. You know? I'm just tired of it. I know that much.
Maybe they get what's on the actual menu that you get that you never get the items of,
right.
Or, you know.
Right. Even though it's on the menu, it doesn't mean it comes in practice. Mm-hmm. You know, it doesn't mean that's what we get. Sometimes they'll switch the menu because it says subject to change on the bottom of the menu. It's a fucking a clause in a fucking on the menu.
A waiver.
And subject to change. So at any time it can be changed up. And most of the times it is. It is. Like we'll get spaghetti, right? Well, the spaghetti is ground up soybean. That's supposed to be ground up beef. It's not beef. It's soybean. We'll get chili mac, right? Same thing with chili mac. Ground up soybean. We'll get rice with some type of gelatin with ground up soybean.
Oh.
And tonight was supposed to be chicken fajitas, but it's chicken fajita soybean flavor, chicken fajita flavor soybean. And we just can't eat that. All right. Okay. All right. Yeah, so I'm not going to eat that. I refuse to eat it. I'm good. Fuck. But yeah, it's just, that's their diet, man. It used to be pretty decent here. Years ago, the food here at this prison was really good. You know? But that changed, man, because it's all...
They have the room to farm there at Folsom. They have the room to farm, and I have seen beef cattle out there grazing. They're tagged that somebody is feeding their cattle on that property, and who do we want to guess it belongs to?
The staff in level ones. Because I'm told it's all level ones get that shit. The level ones out front.
Why?
That's what I'm told.
Why?
I don't know.
Why be so selective in who gets to eat?
Yeah, right. I mean, I understand that. I understand the quandary in the question, but I can't answer because I don't know.
You know, there's a movie called The Platform, and the platform is like this prison, and there's all these different floors, and then I can't remember if it starts at the beginning or the end, but wherever it starts, top or bottom, this giant platform of a banquet goes through the floors. Right, I think it goes up.
Oh wow!
And as it goes higher and higher, there's less and less food. So the people at the top of the building are like starving. And this is some weird sort of prison like that, and it's kind of sick and twisted that same kind of, but you know, different. But
yeah, we're at the top. We'll be at the top of that building then. Since that's the case. But that's what they do. They feed the lower levels, like level ones, and fire camps the best. Them fuckers get sides of beef and sides of pork, and pork ribs and beef ribs, and we don't get none of that shit. There ain't no real meat we get. Like, we'll get this chicken patty, right, folks? And it's not a chicken patty. It's like chicken byproducts being compressed into the form of a patty.
McNuggets.
It's so... Yeah, I can't eat it. Just... Yeah, I'm a picky big guy. I ain't gonna lie, man. I can't eat that crap. It'll make me gag. It will. It will literally gag a maggot, man. Imagine that. A maggot.
No. I don't want to think about maggots.
I know a few maggots on the S&Y yards. Bet that.
This call and/or telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
Quit it.
Matter of fact, there are a bunch of maggots over there. So, CDCR is so focused on the TCs and the SNYs. SNY, TC, same thing. California model that they deprive us GP of any meaningful rehabilitation and reform, right? And especially that's aimed and designed like more family interactions, and they keep trying to take that. So let me tell y'all something. I get these texts on my tablet, right? And Ken, I could text you. Well, I can text my wife, my mom, anybody in my family, anybody who wants to get on my tablet, you can. You got to go through the Getting Out app and get directly on my tablet, and I can correspond right to you. Well, for the past year and a half now, we get 20 free texts every 2 weeks. 20 free texts, right? 20 of them for free.
There's people that
now
need
they cut that down to 5.
What?
Now they cut it down to 5 every 2 weeks.
That's
and it said budget.
What about those people that don't have money on their books?
Right. I mean, it's 5 cents a text, and you can write a pretty good text for 200. I think it's 200 characters.
2,000.
2,000. Wait, excuse me. 2,000 characters for 5 cents, and hit send. Every time you hit send, it's 5 cents. Now, for the past year and a half, they've been giving people 20 free every 2 weeks. So once a month, you get 40 free texts. And that was cool, man. It helps the people that don't have nothing. And now it's going down to 10 per month. 5 every 2 weeks, and they said budget problems, budget. They're cutting budget. Well, they still ain't cut one cop's paycheck. I bet you not one fucking cop, one warden, associate warden, captain, lieutenant, or CO, sergeant, anybody, healthcare, anything like that. Staff member has never gotten one dime cut for their checks.
Unless that was their punishment. That's how they punish them when they do fuck up.
All programs they have to do for prisoners, all that gets cut first.
Yeah,
that's just what they're doing. They would have, if they could have done it, they would have cut that Friday visit. Remember that baby girl?
Oh yeah, no, they really tried hard. That was the first thing they tried to do, was take that third day of visiting. They wanted to snatch that right up. It's like they used to have 4 days.
They wanted to take that. Right. Well, we used to get 4 days. It used to be Thursday through Sunday.
Right.
Then they got rid of Thursday and Friday, and it's only been 2 days for like 10, 15 years, and now they gave us back Fridays. So, like a year ago, they gave us Fridays back, and now they want to cut it, but they got denied. I mean, they still tried. It's just every program for prisoners is being cut instead of for staff, instead of staff wages. So, I mean, that's some foul shit. How is that?
Well,
how is that geared to them?
They're like.
What's that?
They're like trying to get fat off of bones. You guys are bare bones.
Right.
And it's like they're
Right.
still scraping away at it as if that was the only source to be, you know, forgiven. So, like, my question is, what is the mortality of a pensioned CO? Like, how long do they live? How long are they riding that gravy train?
I'm not sure. You know, I mean, you got more access, you know, out there than I do to investigating that topic. I mean, I don't know. I'm stuck in here, and I'm not too sure of the numbers or statistics and shit. But
well, what gets me is the budget doubled when the economy broke, and it's like they were ahead of the game, like insider trading information, and they got all that money, and they're obviously doing whatever they want with it because they're not transparent, and they pad every expense ridiculously sometimes. Mm-hmm.
You know that back when Greg Davis was in office the second time, he didn't give them their raise. You know, I guess they wanted a raise, and he didn't give it to them. So they got this campaign going to have a re-election. And they got him out of there, put Arnold in there, and Arnold gave them their raise. So if they have that type of power, political power like that, to get a million signatures on a petition for a re-election because they don't get a raise, I mean, how fucking these people are making big money, man. Big money.
They probably
big
have
money.
People like employed just to make that noise. Just, you know, like some powerful kind of like propaganda writing. Yeah, fear mongering propaganda.
They do a lot of fear mongering. They'll say like this. I see commercials, right? When the 3 strikes law was being voted on in 2005.
Right.
2004, excuse me. And it was getting ready to pass. I went to bed at 9, and it was like getting ready. I mean, I thought I was going to wake up and it was going to be passed back then. And I woke up and it failed. And it was because of a last-ditch effort, the fearmonger. You know what they told the public? If you vote for this law to be changed, you will let out 9% child molesters and rapists. Did you want them to rape your kids?
Yeah, and yet that's what they're doing. They're letting those fuckers out anyways.
Yeah, they're letting them out, but that law, most of the dudes at the time were being struck out for petty theft with pliers, or a GTA, or
you talking about
having an ex-con in possession of a gun. You know,
3 strikes being set on violence, and yet people getting it for pet theft. That's where it's really messed up. Right. It's
well, that's why everybody wanted to overturn it, because it wasn't created for that.
Right. Right.
But when you vote a law into office, it allows the prosecutors to stretch.
You have 60 seconds remaining.
Well, and then they bury some stuff in there that makes it really hard for the public to find, to see where they've made loopholes and little tricks for themselves.
Yes, ma'am. Let me call back.
Yep. Oh. How y'all doing? Okay. Come on. This is the most frustrating part of my day. Is every 15 minutes I have to answer the phone. It's like insane. What an abnormal thing to do to people to help them communicate.
A link.
Hey.
Oh, I'm back. Hey, so yeah, there's so many moving pieces to this CDCR thing, baby girl, and the folks, you guys out there. It would really take a huge overhaul to really get down to the nuts and bolts to their fucking hypocrisy and their violations of law, and I mean, it would take years to redo this thing. But if the feds, I remember when the feds were going to take over in 2000, and it was around when Henderson, the Justice, Philton Henderson, told them to get rid of 80,000 inmates in 2 years, or the feds are going to take over. I think that was 2005. And what CDCR do? They just shuffle the deck and start sending prisoners out of state, so it relieved the pressure on the state system here in California. They shuffled the deck, and they didn't let a bunch of people go home early. Fuck no, man. They start sending them out of state, man. Got rid of 40,000 inmates, prisoners, out of state prisons, made contracts. But if the feds would have took over the system, it would have been a lot different. A lot different, man. Think about it, you guys. The feds' budget for their prison system is half of CDCR's budget. It's $9 billion, and CDCR's getting $18 billion now.
And
it was getting 19, but now.
Don't the feds have like 4 times as many facilities?
Yeah, they got fucking 121 facilities throughout the country, I guess. And their budget is half. You don't hear this. Yeah, you hear some foul shit about the feds. I won't lie, but you're talking about the whole damn country. 50 states. And you're not talking about just one state prison system. You're talking about fucking the whole country. And their budget's half. Fuck. Something's wrong, folks. Something's wrong. Something's wrong. Something's wrong.
Well,
but yeah,
we know what's wrong.
That's what.
Pony rides and fancy fiberglass furniture and.
Right. Yeah.
It's like spent too much on shit that's really not what you claim it is, and do something else entirely. It's just out of this world,
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some good being done, like dog training and fundraising and all that, but to me that's all a facade. They have to employ the facade just like they'd have to employ anything else they're doing, but it's still a facade.
Yep. That's right. It is. It's all fake, man. It's all smoke and mirrors. That's what I say. Smoke and mirrors. Well, girl, got any questions before we close this one down?
It seems pretty quiet, folks. You got anything you want to say, or?
Okay. Let me know. I'm getting ready to wind this one down for tonight, folks, and call it in, man. We're just hanging out with y'all for a minute, and I'm gonna call it in and see what happens in the next couple days. I'm waiting. I'm still waiting to see what the feds do. I ain't heard nothing new yet. Just all I heard was that they're trying to get this shit done. But who knows? I'll believe it when I see it. They lied to me so much. Man. I'd be twisted up in a pretzel if I believed any fucking thing they said, All right, baby girl, I'm good.
Yeah.
I don't believe shit.
Everybody came to listen. We really appreciate you guys so very much. We love the support and the questions, and anybody you can think of that would take some interest in what's going on here, let them know. And
let them know.
We'll be happy to cooperate with whatever they need to do to help further the cause, which is
to pass it along. and pass it along. Maybe we can get a coalition started. You know, it all starts with one person.
Yeah.
You know, try to make change, right? Try to make
awesome.
change. And I'm just a little dude, a little fucking guppy in a big tank of sharks, man, with these fuckers, man. And, you know, all I want to do is let y'all know what's going on. Without any bullshit. I'm not one of these snitch two motherfuckers. I'm not asking for $1 or $2. I'm not doing none of that, man. I just want to enlighten you guys. And I appreciate your support. We all do. And I hope everybody's well. Maybe we'll wind this one down. Ken, I send my Allison, everybody else, I send my Sonny, all the worthy. You know who you are. I'll send my best to you guys. Keep fighting this damn corrupt machine. We'll get somewhere sooner or later.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
I truly believe it. Till next time, you guys take care and keep it solid always.
Thanks. Y'all have a good night.